You ready, girls? Oh, no. Didn't you know? It's a virtual event.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Williamstown Football Club End of Season Awards Ceremony for the 2021 season. As we do with all our meetings at the club, I'd like to open tonight's ceremony with an acknowledgement of country. The Williamstown Football Club is proudly part of the traditional lands of the Kulin Nation. We recognise the First Peoples' relationship to this land and offer our respect to their elders, past, present, and emerging. I'd like to begin tonight by expressing my sincere gratitude and thanks to all our people, our board, staff, coaches, players, volunteers, members, supporters, and corporate partners. It always has and always will be the people of the Williamstown Football Club that make it such a special place. Once again, like last year, 2021 has thrown some significant challenges our way. Individually, I'm sure you've all had your own challenges to conquer, and I hope that you all felt that your Williamstown family was there for you when you needed support. Personally, I couldn't be prouder of how our club rallies together, gets behind one another, and collectively works through issues that tests our resolve. This speaks volume to the strong culture and values that shape our club. It is our collective determination and commitment to excellence that will continue to deliver our success both on and off the field. Our men's and women's teams finished season 2021 in a strong position, and I feel very optimistic about what 2022 has in store for us. Even though we didn't play as many games as we would have hoped to this year, due to the stop-start nature of COVID interruptions, we had many highlights on the field. Our women's team developed strongly under Penny's coaching, professionalism and leadership, proving to be very competitive, securing 2 wins and falling short in a handful of other very close games. We also established a partnership with AFLW team GWS, in which they provided us with players in the second half of the season. In fact, 2 of those players, being Erin Todd and Jess Doyle, went on to be selected in the AFLW draft last month. Our men's team competed in the newly expanded VFL competition, which included several new teams from the Eastern Seaboard. We once again made the finals, finishing in 6th position. However, with the cancellation of the season, it robbed us of the opportunity to contend for a premiership. On an individual level, I'd like to congratulate Charlie Dean, who's been invited to participate in the upcoming AFL draft camp. Good luck, Charlie. We wish you all the best for this fantastic opportunity. I'd also like to acknowledge our retiring captain, Adam Marcon. You've been a wonderful player and leader, and you've truly embodied the culture and values of our club. You've delivered outstanding service, and we wish you and your family all the very best for the next stages of your life. I'm also really pleased to announce that we've secured the services of both our senior coaches, Penny and Justin, for a further 2 seasons, committing to 2023. I know that our teams are in great hands and the future looks bright with your leadership, collaboration, and professionalism. Even though we didn't get to play as many games as we would have liked on the field this year, we've certainly been quite busy off the field, with key highlights including the $2 million redevelopment of the Downer Oval playing surface, which has turned out magnificently. And we thank the Hobsons Bay City Council for their support of this wonderful community initiative. We also successfully secured $1 million in funding from the state government towards delivering our facilities master plan. And we thank the state government and the Honourable Melissa Horn for their significant support. We will continue to work diligently with our key stakeholders to attain the remaining funding to complete this key community initiative. This year we launched our club's first inclusion plan, and as part of this, we held match day themes, including our Pride round, Indigenous round, and All Abilities match. And finally, we also participated in the National Heritage Festival, whereby we showcased 157 years of the club's key memorabilia at Seaview Events Centre. This was a truly wonderful event. One of the most important moments of this event each year is the announcement of any life memberships for the club, bearing in mind that this is the most prestigious honour that we can bestow upon our people. And I'm so pleased to announce that this year we have 3 recipients. Firstly, to Max and Kay Ruddle. They have both delivered 19 years of service as club volunteers. As an example of their commitment, this year, for each home game, they've driven 3 hours from Yarrawonga to man the front gates at Downer Oval. It's such a remarkable achievement, demonstrating their commitment to our club over such a long period of time. And secondly, to Adam Markon, our retiring club captain. He qualifies after playing 100 games. This is quite a remarkable achievement in this day and age, and we congratulate him on this wonderful milestone. The next very special award tonight is the Best Club Person, and I'm pleased to announce that this year it is awarded to Ben Sidgwick. Ben is a local Willie boy and has been one of the club's most reliable volunteers, assisting in many areas, including membership, gate entry, and the kids' activity zone. Ben is the epitome of a loyal supporter, prepared to give as much as he can to the club in any way possible. We look forward to hosting these 4 remarkable people at a club event in 2022 in person so that we can fully recognise their achievements with an audience present and hear from each of them. On behalf of our club, thank you for such wonderful service over a prolonged period. You're all truly deserving of these awards and join a very select group of people. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank our corporate partners. Your ongoing support is truly valued, and I'd like to make special mention to our major partners, including Downer, the Port of Melbourne, who are also the naming rights sponsor for tonight's event, DSV, and Werribee Automotive. I would also like to thank our #1 ticket holders, Wade Noonan and Melissa Horn, for their leadership and support of our great club. We are very fortunate to have such high quality people supporting both of our teams. I'd also like to congratulate all of tonight's award winners. You've all earned this recognition through your hard work and determination. Inevitably, at the end of each season, there is change. And we thank those players, coaches and staff who are leaving and moving on to new challenges. So finally, in closing, I'm very optimistic about what our club can achieve in 2022. Thank you once again for all of your support. I hope that you enjoyed tonight, and we look forward to the time in which we can get together again and celebrate our club and the game we all love in person. Go the Mighty Towners.
It's time for some of the club awards now, and we'll start with the Club 1864 award, and the winner is Cameron Paulson.
Hi to everyone that's joined us for the 2021 awards. I just wanted to say a quick thank you for the Club 1864 award. I've loved my first year at the footy club. I'd love everything about the footy club, the people that are involved and what makes it tick. For thank yous, I'd like to thank Jeff and Plappy, who are the coaches I do most of my work with. My teammates, I love pulling on the jumper with you guys every week. The back six in particular, you guys are rock solid, and we're forming such a special bond. So I can't wait to continue that next year. And as for this year as a summary, obviously wasn't ideal, but let's make sure we just use it as a good building block and foundation for next year. And everyone does everything right in the off season, just so we can launch into next year and have a good go at a flag. So thanks again.
On to the most improved players from both programs. Up first, the Bruce Tate Memorial Trophy, and the winner is Darby Henderson.
Thanks to everyone who's voted me the most improved player this year. It's a pretty proud moment of mine to win an award at Willie Footy Club's presentation night. I'd like to thank all the coaching staff who put faith in me this year and actually gave me a chance to play regular senior footy, which is nice. I'd love to thank all the boys as well. We had a super year, even though we only played 9 games. It was an awesome group to be a part of. I've never enjoyed my footy more. Hopefully we can come back next year, have another crack at it, and hopefully in this time, in 12 months' time, we're playing deep into the final series and we give it a red hot go. So thanks everyone. I appreciate it. Go Willie.
And the Judy Jeremiah Trophy for the VFLW Most Improved is Ella Baxter.
Hi, I'd just like to say thank you to the coaches for this award and for always believing in me and my abilities, because without that, this wouldn't be possible. I'd also like to thank all the girls I played alongside this season for making the club such a fun and inclusive place for me to play and improve my footy. So yeah, thank you.
Now for the 2 coaching staff trophies for the most promising player across both programs. The VFL men's winner is Charlie Dean.
It's an honour to receive this award, and I have a lot of people to thank for assisting in my development this year. Thanks to the big boys such as Jack Leslie, Harry McCready and Rodsy for teaching me the ropes as a key position player. Thanks to Corey and Pulse for taking me under their wing and all the off-season sessions together. Thanks to the other young boys, in particular Jack Toner, for supporting one another and working hard together. I hope as a young core group we can stick together and pave the way for another generation of Willie's success. I could list off lessons I've learnt from everyone in the playing group, so thank you to all my teammates for the influence you've had on me. Thanks to all the coaches and leaders for creating an environment where training and game day is the best time of week. I'd also like to thank Jeff Andrews. I know I can speak on behalf of the playing group, and particularly the back group, in saying that, Jeffy, you go well above and beyond your expectations and requirements as a coach. And personally, thanks for all the vision, stats and advice you've given to me right throughout the year. To Plappy as well, I can't thank you enough for the confidence you installed in me and your genuine care for the playing group. Thanks to the guys behind the scenes that don't always get the recognition. So thanks Steve and Andy. And if I've missed anyone, sorry. Lastly, thanks to my family for their unconditional support.
And for the VFLW, the most promising player is Gabrielle Beadenweg-Webster.
Thank you to Penny and the coaching staff for giving me this award. It's been a really great year playing alongside the girls, albeit, the season that we've had cut short with COVID. I've had a really great time playing along all 3 lines to build my confidence and help build my skills across those 3 roles. Looking forward to the next few years as a goal. And
next up, the 2 medical team awards. And first, the Kelly Brent Memorial Award winner is Callan Dawson.
G'day, I just want to give a big thanks to the medical team for the work they put in for me and the boys this year. We're very lucky to have the best medical team going around, which unfortunately I've learned firsthand over the past few years. Thanks to Tom, Mick, Ads and Maddie. I don't reckon I would have played many games without your help. I appreciate all the work you guys put in for me in the club. Also a big thanks to Crossy for all the work he put in for myself and the other boys in rehab this year. Thanks, looking forward to next year.
And the winner of the Bernadette O'Sullivan Medical Team Award is Alana Dickey.
Hello everyone, it's Dickey here. I'm very grateful to receive the Medical and High Performance Award. It's been a bit of a roller coaster season for me, moving over from WA, not having access to gyms when I first moved over, and then sort of the season being brought forward meant that I was playing a bit of catch up. and then some niggly injuries from overloading just sort of lingered throughout the season. So constantly trying to catch up. But I'm glad that I was able to have a player coaching role and stay involved when I wasn't playing. So I'm very grateful for the coaches, the staff, to my teammates as well. And then also the high performance team, Smeeto for his advice on my loading, G for the extra one-on-one boxing sessions, Shirls, Caitlin and Adam for all their medical advice and support to get me back on track. And then Damo for his advice and support as well from a massage point of view. Without these guys, I definitely wouldn't have got back on the footy field later in the season. So I'm really grateful that I was able to do that. And I think I'm honoured to receive this award because a goal of mine at the start of the season was to really help set the standard and lead by example. So I'm glad that, through the way that I check in regularly on Smarter Base, prepare professionally and recover as well, I was able to achieve that goal and help set the standard. So I guess for those players that are looking for a contract or are on contract, don't use COVID as an excuse. If you don't have gym equipment, get it and get it now, or ask Smeeto for some advice on exercises you can do without just stuff at home. But make sure you keep on top of your strength as well as your conditioning so you can come back ready and raring to go. Looking forward to seeing everyone soon, and thanks again for the award. Really honoured. Have a good one.
VFLW coach Penny Kewell-Reid has been good enough to join us. Penny, thank you very much for jumping on. I bet you weren't expecting your first full season in play as Williamstown VFLW coach. It turned out quite like it did. There was interruptions and all sorts of things going on. What were the main takeaways from 2021 from you?
Yeah, good question. And like you said, it wasn't something that we really expected, but great to get out and get on the park again, especially for the girls too. So overall, pretty pleasing season to get on the park and play some footy. Takeaways that we got from it was a brand new football team, I guess you could say, brand new program as well. So really pleasing that all the hard work that we went through in 2020, we got to put it on the park. 36 debutants, average age of 23. So again, young, up and coming talented group. So plenty to look forward to in the upcoming seasons.
As you mentioned, the amount of debutants this year, it's nearly an entire playing list, playing their first games of state league footy. Whilst it comes with its challenges, it must be only a good thing moving forward.
Oh, it's a positive thing moving forward, having so many new players, one, join the club, but two, start their career in state league football. So I think it was about 12 to 13 new players we had in the first round against Darebin this year. From those, it was great to see that some of those girls we got from the 2020 season as well. So they got to play and pull on the jump for the first time as well. And again, I think there was only maybe one or two rounds across the season that we didn't have any debutants. So great youth in the club, new vibes, new direction, and only great things to come from those girls.
So only a couple of wins to show on the scoreline for the year. Do you think that's a true reflection of where the group was at this season, or do you feel like there's also a draw in that as well, but do you feel like it's probably maybe not a true reflection of really how well the team played at times?
Yeah, even though there was only a couple of wins on the board for the group, we were really competitive in most of the games. We have a look at the stats, and about 6 to 7 of those games, we were the better team on the day. Just unfortunately, we're just missing that final link in the chain, as you could say, in terms of getting the score on the board. So all we got to do is fix up that little bit. Rewatching the games, we're just like that close. We're very close to just breaking teams open and breaking the game open as well. So if we can just tidy up a few areas, getting some key players, some new experienced players, I think we really show that us in moving forward in the 2022 season and beyond, that we're going to be a really strong competitive team and strong contributors, and even pushing sides to the limit like we did this year, but actually get away with the win.
The win over the Dogs, the highlight for you?
Yeah, I think the win over the Dogs, but also I think my first game against Darebin, getting that win as well. I mean, super nervous. We had all the board members there, my first time at the club as well. So the first win, the first game on Downer Oval was something special. The win against the Dogs, the Indigenous round, the Pride round were probably my highlights of the season, as well as some of the individual highlights and seeing some of the girls get some great reward from their efforts as well.
The alignment with GWS was another thing this year as well, and two players have ended up being drafted who represented Willie this year in Erin Todd and Jess Doyle. That must be clearly a great thing from a playing perspective, obviously having those sort of resources available, but also for the non-aligned players to be playing alongside some girls who are exposed to the elite environment.
Yeah, the alignment with GWS was something really crucial in our strategic plan and moving forward in how we can continue to be competitive. Having that alignment allows us to bring players down from the GWS side in terms of may not be their top tier players, but sometimes we might get, the Alicia Evers and Nicola Bars come down and I guess inject some really strong experience and professionalism into our program. But even so, for those players that are on the fringe for GWS to come back down to, state league level and really thrive in that environment and build some confidence, which is really important for their AFL career. But the way that they've come in, embrace the Williamstown culture, be a part of our family was something that I didn't expect them to do. And same for our girls to really just cling on and invite them in and bring them into our environment was also really pleasing. Some of the feedback that the GWS girls had was it was one of the best clubs that they've been a part of. They got so much out of it. They really enjoyed their experience here. So hopefully we can continue that in years to come and really use their resources too for our staffing, but also for our players to really invest and get themselves, what's the word I'm looking for? Intrigued and interested and ask questions, use them as examples and really pick their brains about what it takes to be an elite athlete.
Sure. A couple of ones, quick ones to finish before we get to your own re-signing. I'm not going to put you on the spot for a tip for the best and fairest tonight, but some players who have stood out to you this year. I know you probably don't want to individualise too many, but were there some girls who you sit back now and think, gee, yeah, that they really had a consistent 2021?
Yeah, players really showed their true colours, I think, when games got tough. So we have, like our young superstar and young leader in Ruby Tripodi come through and really break through towards the back end of the season. We had Amy Whelan through the early parts of the year as well, really show some quite talent. We had like our leadership group, Erin Mead and Eliza Strafford, always, bottom of the pack, so they're doing the hard yards. It's great to see them, play some consistent football as well. And then we've got some players through Paige Nash, who came later in the year, Gab Beaton-Webster, Ella Baxter. We had young Sophie Georges, who's come through Spotswood. So again, that youth girls program, the NAB League program. So there's a few players here who showed in games can really play at this level. And if we continue to build some experience through them, I know they're going to be strong contributors, and it's going to be interesting to see at the end of the night tonight who comes away with the win.
And finally, on a bit more of a personal note, your own re-signing, clearly, obviously a great thing for Williamstown and the club itself, but also you to be able to fully push ahead in your own planning and what you want to achieve in 2022 and beyond.
Yeah, when they came to me with a potential 2-year deal, I was like, all right, this club's serious, and they're really serious about women's football, and they want to make sure that they've got the right people in the positions here. And for me, it was really humbling knowing that we were, not as successful as I wish we were, that the board and the club really show faith in me and show faith in the program that I'm building here. So it's a great honour to be offered a 2-year deal at the club, and I'm can't wait. Like, I just wish we could get out there now and start kicking the footy around and really build towards the season. But it's going to be some exciting times at Williamstown. And
Penny, finally, anyone you'd like to thank?
Yeah, there's actually a few people I would like to thank. I definitely want to thank Eat Well Nutrition for my personal sponsorship, being there at every game, making sure the girls are eating well as myself. I want to thank Advancing Women for being the sponsor in the back of the warm-up tops. I want to give a huge thanks to my support staff and my coaching staff, one for putting up with me this year, and two for making sure the girls get everything that they needed to get on the park. A big thank you to Jason Reddick and all of his hard work the last couple of years that I've been involved in the club, and obviously over his time here. And I couldn't go without saying a massive thank you to Claudia Davey. It's been a pleasure working with her, and I hope that she does nothing but the best in her future career down at, I shouldn't say down, but over in England, working with AFL Europe. So they're probably the main people. And that I would like to thank all the sponsors, all the parents, all the members, everyone that came and supported the women's program, but also the club entirely. So that's pretty much about it.
Time for some VFL men's action now and a review of the 2021 season. And the men's coach, Justin Plapp, has been good enough to join us. Plappy, welcome to the end of season awards night. Bit of a different and interrupted 2021. How did you assess the year as a whole? I'm sure it was came with its own challenges and rewards too.
Yeah, thanks, Josh. Firstly, I would like to congratulate all the winners of the awards tonight. They're going to be all very well-deserved awards. Coming off a 9-game season, it doesn't feel right, but knowing each and every one of you, and you would all quickly hand these awards whenever we get back tonight on team success and playing a full season, and that's what we're all striving for. So well done to the award winners tonight. Just briefly in reviewing the 2001 season, as I mentioned, we hit some significant hurdles from a COVID point of view, and but over the 9 games, we're able to play, we're able to build and develop and create a really great foundation for our club moving forward. The 9 games that we played, 6 wins, 2 losses, and a really heart-wrenching draw was something to be really excited of for our club moving forward. To our players and club's credit, we adjusted appropriately during the time of need and a time of real challenges. But to our playing group and our coaches and our club, I felt that we really focused on the things that we could really control, like being more aligned to our club values, showing more spirit and care to each other, competing, more consistently, and investing in what our team needed from a care point of view. It's really interesting how, your club can change and develop overnight through some really basic things of what we do. And, along with what the jumper means to us, I feel that our players were, and club and people within the club were fantastic during that time.
You mentioned the club itself, Plappy. It's not just you might be the figurehead, mate, but there's a massive support team behind you that makes everything tick. I'm sure you'd like to acknowledge them as well. Yeah,
and these are the thank yous that I probably should start with. I mean, we tend to thank a lot of people at our football club, but the ones that I really want to start with are all the people that support our people, that work at our football club, and the people I'm talking about are our players' partners, our coaches' partners, our staff's partners, our kids, our families, our friends. And I just want to say a massive thank you to you all and to all those people for allowing those people to come to our club and give their absolute best to their roles. So I just wanted to say a big thank you to the people outside of the football club. I need to really say a really big thank you to Clint Rippon and our board of directors, to the people that are front and square to me every training session, every game day, to my great coaching panel. I can't thank you all enough. You've all been magnificent people to work with, and that goes to Jeff Andrews, Sadi Ghazi, Brett Henderson, and Aaron McVilly. So a really, really big thank you to you guys, to our high performance team, to our medical staff, to our trainers, to our chaplain, to our club property. A really big thank you to you guys as well. You guys are just the backbone to our club, and I really appreciate your efforts as well. To the playing group led by Adam Marcon, it's only been a short time, but in all your character and work ethic, your relentless preparation and competing, you have my greatest respect, the lot of you boys. Your effort to give me, throughout the 9 games that we played and through pre-season was fantastic. To the players that leave us this year, I want to thank you and wish you all the very best. to my family, Narella, my wife, my 3 kids, Samuel, Jack and Millie. You're great. You guys are my greatest source of energy, and without you, I'd be nothing and nowhere. I don't get embarrassed in saying that, but I'm absolutely honoured and grateful for my family's support. So that's probably just a few thank yous from that point of view.
The volunteers too, Plappy, at the club?
Yeah, look, our volunteers, as I said earlier, Josh, those guys, we can't thank those guys enough. They're the world to our club. They're the backbone to our club. The work that they do in and outside our club is just huge, and we're really grateful for your efforts. We're really grateful for the time that you give, and hopefully in the time future we can actually get some success for you guys and get the footy back up and going.
And what about the road ahead, mate? You've obviously, on a personal point of view, re-signed for another 2 years, which is a fantastic thing for yourself and the footy club, obviously. But what do you see as the road ahead? What do you envisage the next couple of years looking like?
Well, consistency's going to be really key, Josh. I'm really excited by the future. As you mentioned, I've signed for another 2 years, which to me I'm really excited by. I want to make sure that, in my first year, I wanted to put a foundation in place. I wanted to really develop and evolve what we want to be as a football club on and off the field. I feel that we've started that. I'm really excited about what the future gives us. I feel our players have been robbed. I feel our football club and a lot of people in the footy industry have been robbed, 2 years. And I'm really, really hopeful that we get through this and we continue the journey that we started. And that journey is to be the next great Williamstown Football Club, and to be competing and running out on the ground every weekend and making our members and our Williamstown people proud of what we do. We know there's a lot of hard work and there's going to be some real challenges what we face in the next 6 months. Our playing group are excited by this. I feel that they've cut a piece this year that they can hang on to, and we've set a really strong foundation in place. So my main focus now is to have some really strong player retention. We continue to build on what we started, and that was to evolve into a tough, care, strong VFL football team that compete with the best teams in the competition. And what entails that is a lot of care and a lot of buy-in and a lot of hard work. And we know that we have the right people on and off the field, and I'm really excited about what that brings.
Abby, thanks for your time, mate. Very well spoken. Great to have you on board for another 2 years. As we mentioned, go Seagulls.
Thank you.
We move on to the leading goal kickers now in both programs. First up, the Mark Fotheringham Trophy for the VFL leading goal kicker was Corey Rich.
A little bit weird, winning the award with 11 goals. I don't think that'll ever be done again. Probably should have been a few more if I could kick straight earlier in the year. Give it 20 years though and a few frothies under my belt, and I'll tell you it was 50 in 10 games, like a good fisherman. I want to say a big thank you to Hendo, forwards coach, and all the other forwards for a good year. Hopefully, we can string a few more games together next year.
And for the women, her second award of the night, Gabrielle Beadenweg-Webster.
Wow, such a shock. We've been hanging on to this award since round 2. Just a big thanks to the girls for not kicking it through the big ones.
We move on to now the 2 awards selected by each head coach of the VFL and VFLW programs. And first up, the Wally Carter Memorial Trophy for the Coaches Trophy of the VFL men, Luke Meadows.
Hey guys, it's your 2021 Coaches Award recipient, Luke Meadows here. Just like to thank the coaches, obviously, the players and the support staff, and most importantly, my family. Really proud of this group, and let's enjoy tonight. Thank you.
And for the women, it's the skipper, Erin Mead.
Thanks, Penny, for the Coaches Award this year. It's been awesome working alongside you for the past 2 seasons now, albeit mostly during lockdown. I've learned a lot from you, and I know that hopefully we can work together for the next few seasons. Thank you again to the girls. It's been a fun year, a different year, and to all the staff for supporting the women's program. Hopefully we are on to bigger and better things in season 2022.
We move on to the Players' Player Award in both programs. This is voted on by the players for the players. And the recipient of the Ron James Memorial Trophy for the VFL men is Charlie Dean.
It's a nice surprise to receive the Ron James Award. I'm so humbled to receive the recognition from my teammates. The Willie way and the Willie culture is something I love and is very special to me. I'd like to thank the more senior group like Mello, Hunty, Rods, Pix, Grizz, and in particular Ads for living and breathing the values of the club and passing them down to a relatively new group. Being ultra competitive and ruthless on the field, as well as being selfless and building connections, is why I love the Willie way, and I hope I have been able to uphold these values throughout the year. I love this club and can't wait to get back together in 2022 and chase that flag.
And in the VFL women, the players' player is rising star Ruby Tripodi.
Hey guys, I feel very fortunate as I was able to celebrate this with the group at our end of year function at Two Birds earlier in the year. However, I'd like to, reinforce how grateful I am and grateful to be a part of a team like our team, and I miss you all so much. This award is so special to me, and it's such an honour and so humbling, and I'm just so looking forward to when we can all get back together and build for next year. I know it's a tough time at the moment, so I hope you're all taking care and staying safe. But yeah, looking forward to when I can see you all again. But I'd just like to thank the girls again. I'm so grateful. But yeah, take care.
And now it's time for the big one, the one you've all been waiting for, the vote counts to find the best and fairest for the VFL and VFLW for season 2021. A reminder too, for those who might not be aware of the voting systems, with the men there is a maximum of 8 votes per game available to each player, with 1 set of 4 coming from the head coach and 1 set of 4 coming from that player's line coach. In the women, any of the VFLW coaches can give votes of up to 4 per game to a player, with the player's maximum also set at 20 per game. Now, due to the discrepancy in the amount of games played by either program this season, the VFLW vote count will start from the end of round 7. So let's have a look back at the opening 7 rounds and the best bits. So there is your top 10 after 7 rounds, and Amy Whelan leads the way on 59 votes, 9 ahead of Ruby Tripodi. In second, Eliza Strafford, a further 4 votes back. In third, Erin Mead and Ella Baxter round out the top 5. Let's move on to round 8.
So in round 8 versus the Hawks, we have a group of 5 players polling 5 votes. Lisa Lognan further vote ahead on 6, Ella Baxter and Eliza Strafford on 9 apiece, and Erin Mead and Ruby Tripodi led all comers with 10. So in the home game against the Pies, Ella, Eliza, Ruby and Amy again polling well, but it's Talia Wright who led all comers with 10. So in our annual Pride game at Downer Oval against the Demons, there was a host of players who polled 5 votes, but it was the GWS listed Lisa Steen who polled 12 to lead the way. And after 10 rounds, that leaves the top 10 looking a little something like this. Amy Whelan just 2 votes ahead of Ruby Tripodi in second. Eliza Strafford is still hunting them down 2 on 65 votes. The skipper Erin Mead on 56 is fourth, and Ella Baxter rounds out the top. Into the VFL men's best and fairest count to find the 2021 Jerry Callahan medalist. Remember, a compromised season, so only 9 games were played by our men this year. And we started with a trip to the Northern Bullets. And in our first game back after the lost year of 2020, secured a victory over the Northern Bull Ants, and 6 players polled 6 votes apiece, led by Luke Meadows and Mitch Hibbard. In our second consecutive victory, this time over Werribee away from home, 12 players managed to secure themselves votes across the evening, with Mitch Hibbard yet again leading the way with 6 votes. In our return to Downer Oval, up against bitter rivals Port Melbourne nonetheless, it was a landmark night and a victorious night for the Seagulls, and Mitch Hibbard yet again leading the way with 7 votes, along with Cam Polson. Luke Meadows, Adam Markon, Jack Toner and Darby Henderson all polled 6. The Pride game against Frankston marked our 4th consecutive victory. Noah Gowan polls his first vote of the season, but Mitch Hibbard yet again atop the pack, polling 7 votes. late comeback against Sandringham wasn't quite enough to earn victory as we suffered our first defeat of 2021. But 12 players still managed to poll votes, led by high-flying forward Nick Ebinger. And there is your top 10 after the opening 5 rounds, and unsurprisingly, Mitch Hibberd leads the pack on 30 votes, but Cam Paulson is only 3 votes behind on 27, with Jack Toner and Corey Rich a further vote back, tied for third currently. Liam Hunt and Luke Meadows round out the top 5 on 25 votes. In our second fixture against Darebin for the season, yet again, Lisa Steen led the way, polling 13 votes, but it's Amy Whelan who extends her lead atop the leaderboard, polling 6 votes. In the defeat to the Hawks, some familiar names in Baxter, Nash, Tripodi, Strafford and Williamson all polled, but it was a pair of Giants-listed players in Libby Graham and, yet again, Lisa Steen, who led the way with 15 and 10 votes respectively. So in the second last round of the VFLW season against the Bombers, the votes were evenly shared with 10 players polling multiple votes, but it was Ruby Tripodi with 15 who led the way, and that sets up a grandstand finish to the year, with Ruby retaking the lead by just a single vote over Amy Whelan in second. 94 plays 93. Eliza Strafford is back in third on 81, and Erin Mead and Ella Baxter, as they have for the majority of the count, round out the top 5. The side played their first game in a little over a month against Richmond back at Downer Oval in what finished as a thrilling draw. And it was a gallant effort by the entire team, with Luke Meadows, Mitch Hibberd and Nick Ebinger leading the way with 6 votes apiece. Liam Hunt yet again polling well with 5. We faced Port Melbourne yet again in round 11, this time away from home, and it was back onto the winners list for the Seagulls in an even performance, with 5 players polling 6 votes. Another enforced layoff due to state government restrictions didn't see us face Geelong at Downer Oval until round 13. However, 11 players still managed to poll votes, led by the ever-consistent Jack Leslie. 5. Let's move on to find our winner in the final round of the season. to the final round of the season we go. Remember, Ruby Tripodi leads by just a single vote over Amy Whelan, who polled 7 votes against the Blues. But it was Ruby Tripodi polling 10 to officially crown her the 2021 Williamstown VFLW Best and Fairest.
I'm absolutely over the moon at the moment, and I'm feeling so grateful to be part of such a great club. I've got a few thank yous that I'd like to say, and I've just honestly been so fortunate with the opportunities that I've been given and the people that have helped me along the way. Firstly, I'd like to start off with my family. I've been so lucky with their support along my sporting journey, and I can't begin to express how fortunate for them that I am. They have supported me and pushed me and have just helped me along my way so much. I'd like to thank my local club, Williamstown CYMS, especially the coach Lawrence Henry and the Seagulls there. The club's unwavering support has been so continuous throughout my journey, and I'm so grateful for them. Additionally, my brother Jordan actually is the one that dragged me to the CY's women's first ever training. So big thank you to Jordan, otherwise I wouldn't be playing footy today. I'd then like to thank Zach Reed from the Western Jets. He was my coach there and helped me develop as a player. Then I was so lucky from that opportunity that Williamstown Football Club, I guess, took on a 17-year-old and took a chance on me, and that's through Amy Cuttrell, Stephen Salisbury and Jason Reddick. I'm just so grateful for you guys to have given me this amazing opportunity at the footy club, and I honestly can't even imagine what I'd do without you. To now, Penny and Claudia, over the past year and 2020 as well, your support and drive to push the girls and myself to be a better footy team and a footy club. I thank you so much for your time and effort. To the rest of the coaching staff, the high performance staff and all the support staff, thank you all. We wouldn't be where we are today. To the girls, as I mentioned before, you're just such an amazing group, and I feel so proud to, I guess, just be with you guys, and I miss you all so much and hope you're all well. I'd like to also say to the leadership group, Erin, Eliza and Jazzy, thank you again for that additional support throughout the year. I'd like to thank Clint, the board and all the sponsors. And I'd like to especially thank Kim Kershaw, who has taken time out of his weeks for the past year and has given me guidance and mentored me and helped me develop as a player alongside with Dad. They've taken the time to further my footy knowledge, and I'm so grateful for the both of you. Thanks so much. To my sponsor Adrian from Antonello Produce, thank you for all your support. And finally, I'd like to thank the supporters. We honestly wouldn't be the club we are without you guys, and without you guys we aren't Williamstown. And I'm so grateful to actually play for Williamstown, my local, where I'm from. Finally, I'd like to congratulate all the other award winners. It's been a tough year and a tough 2 years, especially for the men. So to be here, feeling very grateful and just a huge congratulations. And again, I'd just like to finish off by thanking the club. I think, like I've said, I'm just so grateful to be a part of this club and just over the moon, and I honestly wouldn't want to be anywhere else. So yeah, it's just feeling very, very grateful and excited at the moment. So can't wait for 2022 and looking forward to building, and yeah.
We must also congratulate the other place winners in the Best and Fairest Camp of the VFLW. Well done to Eliza Strafford, third place in the Best and Fairest in 2021 for the Williamstown Vice Captain.
Hi everyone, really sad that we can't be all together on a night like tonight, but I just wanted to jump on here and say a few quick thank yous. Firstly to the club, the support staff, all our strength and conditioning and trainers, all our coaches, and of course Penny for keeping this season alive, I guess, and making it as enjoyable as possible through a really hard year. It was so great that we got to finish off our season, and we really are looking forward to being around the club next year. Also to the whole playing group, they're definitely the ones that make game day as fun as it is. Loved being a part of this team and can't wait to continue to build. Absolutely love this season and was very privileged to be able to lead this group alongside a couple other girls in the leadership group. So yeah, I guess thank you to everyone involved. Look forward to seeing you all in person very soon, and bring on 2022.
And to the runner-up for this season, Amy Whelan, reward for a fantastic year leading the Seagulls in disposals.
Hey everyone, what an honour to receive this award. I've enjoyed my year with Williamstown, and especially for my first year. Our position on the ladder hasn't been very reflective of our efforts, but I'm really, really proud of how we've gone. Obviously a big thank you to Penny, the coaches, and all the support staff. You do an amazing job making this year happen. A special thank you, of course, to my teammates. You make it very easy to turn up to training and play alongside. I've enjoyed my time with you guys. A big thank you to Pinnacle Print Group and Pedro Carlos for his sponsorship and ongoing support. My brother, who has been an amazing support to me over the season, and of course my amazing girlfriend Tori. I literally wouldn't be here without you, so thank you very much. Looking forward to the next season ahead. And yeah, thank you.
Into what would prove to be the final round of an interrupted 2021 season saw us gain victory over Coburg. Another consistent performance, yet again topped by Jack Leslie in defence. Mitch Hibbard and Nick Mellington were also superb in the midfield alongside Adam Markon. Jordan Gallucci, Cam Paulson and Taya Miles also polled 6 votes. But where does that leave us in the Jerry Callahan medal count? And in third, tied for third, is 4 players on 45 votes. Corey Rich, Liam Hunts, Cam Paulson and Jack Toner.
Hey guys, hope everyone's going well. I just want to say it's a huge honour to receive third best and fairest for the footy club. It's such a big historic club, and now to be a part of it in some way, it's a really good feeling. I want to thank the footy club for being so supportive of me the last few years since coming over from Coburg. I really do appreciate it. I want to thank Plappy and Jeff for taking us all on this journey at the moment, and all the coaches. I really do think we're going in the right direction. I think the last couple of years have been really challenging, but I really do think we'll get some reward for it in the next couple of years. To all the boys for just dealing with what we had to deal with the last 2 years. Everyone's fighting their own individual battle. And for you guys to keep training and keep turning up, it's just a credit to you guys. So well done. I want to thank my girlfriend Christy for being so supportive of me the last few years off the field, so thank you. And my parents for the last 26 years for being so supportive of me as well. So enjoy the night and well done to all the winners. Thank you.
Hey guys, I'll be quick here because I said most of my thank yous earlier, but I just want to say thanks so much for the acknowledgement and thanks for being such great teammates for this year. I've loved every minute of it, so look forward to next year.
Firstly, I'd like to acknowledge how big of an honour it is to be awarded equal third best and fairest for season 2021. So many of my teammates had such great years and it's really quite a shock to be in this position. I'd like to thank my family and friends, my teammates and my coaching staff for putting me in this position and supporting me in my first year at the footy club. I'd like to attribute most of this individual success to them and they deserve all the praise they can get. To next year and onwards, I'm so stoked to be at the club and really proud that I've landed here and see a big part of my future at the footy club. Next year, I really look forward to seeing all my mates again, buckling into pre-season for 2022. To all the other recipients of awards tonight, congratulations, you all had stellar seasons. Look forward to seeing you all soon. Go Gulls.
Really big honour to come equal third in the best and fairest in a team full of so many great players. I really hope we can all stick around together next year and have a really good crack at the finals. It's such a shame we were going well, I thought, this year, and to have it taken away from us, players and support staff, coaches alike. It's very frustrating. I've got no doubt we're heading in the right direction, and if we can stick together, I'm sure we'll go a long way next year.
And in second place on 48 votes, an outstanding year, Luke Meadows.
Wow, very thankful to receive this award. It's been a funny old year, and receive this. Very thankful. Like I said earlier, to all the players, support staff, coaches, the board, everyone at the club for making this year the best of what we could do. Obviously, I'd like to say a special thank you to my family and friends. All the people that have looked after me this year, the two Nicks that I was fortunate enough to live with. Let's continue enjoying tonight, and congratulations to everyone else.
Which crowns your winner on 52 votes of the Jerry Callahan Medal for 2021, the Williamstown Best and Fairest, Mitchell Hibbard. Congratulations, 2021 Williamstown VFL Men's Best and Fairest. I'm sure quite an honour for you, mate. It's been a difficult 2 years for everyone, really, and I'm sure you've had a few hurdles along the way, but I'm sure this is a nice reward for you on a personal level.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great honour. The club's got such a rich history and goes back a long time as such a successful club. So, for me personally, it's something that, you might not look at it too much at the moment because it's, all about winning premierships and things like that. But in times to come, you go down in history and, in 2021, I'll always be the Jerry Callahan medalist. So, if it's reward for a lot of hard work over the last however many years it's been. And it's been, a very tough year. So, obviously would much prefer to be, won a premiership a few days ago, whenever it was meant to be. But, I guess it's a nice little thing to finish the year with.
So how did you find the year itself, Mitch? Just forgetting the playing and game side of things, but footy in this sort of environment, I imagine wouldn't be so easy with so many stoppages and not being able to train together. The list goes on. How did you find it from a personal level?
Yeah, I probably battled a bit at times, just with, we were stopping for a while, had to train in small groups, then we'd come back, play a few games, and we'd be done again. So, I did find it tough at times and battled for a little bit of motivation at times. But, with those hard times, you cherish the good times. And, there as much as it was only, 9 or 10 game season or whatever it ended up being, there were some good times. We had some good wins. We have a fantastic group, and the boys are so close and tight knit that, at the end of the day, that's why you play footy. So, we did have some good times, and these sort of tougher times do make you cherish that. And I have no doubt at all that, if we were able to play, consistent footy, train consistently together, that, there would have been a big chance we would have been playing a few days ago, and we would have been, in the top couple of teams, no doubt again. So it's obviously disappointing that it ended up being the way it did, but we'll be back bigger and better next year, I'm sure, and everyone's motivation will be back to a peak.
Just going back a step, the decision to come back to Williamstown after your stint at Essendon, was that an easy decision for you?
In some ways, yeah. But honestly, I think I took, after leaving Essendon, that probably hit me a little bit. I was a little bit surprised. I played the second last game, the AFL, and actually thought I'd played pretty well, and I ended up getting dropped the next week. But it came as a little bit of a surprise to leave Essendon, and then from there, I just needed a few weeks, a few months away from footy and things like that. And Steve was in contact, but he was good about it. He didn't hound me too much, which was good. But once I sort of got that motivation back and wanted to prove people wrong again. I was able to probably do it a few years ago and get drafted from Willie. But I sort of came back with a point to prove, and unfortunately, winning a premiership probably would have proved that point. But in the end, after I had a few months, I was able to reset and sort of work out what was important to me. It was no brainer that I was going to come back to Willie and go again.
Well, what about the group itself, mate, and the teammates around you? I know this is an individual award, but they always say that you can't do it without your teammates. It seems like a pretty close-knit group. Is that part of the attraction for you as well?
Oh, absolutely. I think this year, how close the group was and, how close the coaches were with the players as well was something that, I really enjoyed. Footy's, it's meant to be social, and you're meant to get along with each other off the field as well. So, I think we're absolutely blessed to have a tight-knit group that we do. And, I honestly can't thank my teammates enough as well. These individual awards come off the back of, your teammates, whether that's, the defenders doing their job or other mids that might cover for you when you're trying to hunt the ball. And, obviously the ruckman as well. I don't want to sort of single anyone out, but, as much as it is an individual award, I can't thank my teammates and my coaches as well enough for, giving me the best chance to be the best player I can.
For sure. Are there any standout games, any games from the limited ones we were able to play this year that stick out to you from either a personal or team perspective that you look back now on and think that was pretty cool?
Well, I guess there was a couple. I think, the early start of the year when we're rolling really well, we're winning a lot of games. I enjoyed those games. And then one that sort of stood out for me a little bit, we actually didn't win this game, but it did stand out for me a bit. It was only versus Richmond. So we'd come off. It was a draw in the end. And, sorry, boys, I probably should have kicked that goal and we would have won. But anyway, we move on. Forget about that. But I think that one stood out because I think that just shows the character of the group and the character of the whole club because, we missed I couldn't even tell you how many weeks it was, 5 weeks, we couldn't train. And we come up against Richmond, who, you know, they're VFL premiers, or the last premiers a couple of years ago. They obviously beat us. And, you know, we come up against a top side that was stacked with AFL players. I think they had 19 playing on the day. They sent blokes back, and, you know, they're training, you know, normal, but playing scratch matches. We hadn't played for 5 weeks. And you know, we probably should have won. But, you know, I think we drew in the end. But I think, you know, as much as you sort of would love to win that game, I think that's just a testament to everyone's character and things like that. So that's just a game that stands out for me and just shows, you know, the quality of people that we have at the footy club.
What were you thinking off the boot, Mitch? The siren went just before you kicked it, I think, or just after. What were you thinking as you made contact? Think it was good?
It was online, but yeah, if the siren had went 2 seconds earlier, I probably would have, you know, gone back, taken me time and given it a bit extra. Or if it went 2 seconds later, we would have got the point. So, you know, I was very, very unlucky. But anyway, maybe we'll have to practice our shots from long range in the future.
Finally, is there anyone you want to particularly thank, Mitch, after winning this award?
Yeah, so obviously I've got a few thank yous to, as I've already mentioned, players and coaches. I can't thank them enough. I don't really want to single anyone out, but, you know, everyone involved at the footy club as well, just for the support and what we're able to do in supporting all the players. We've got such a tight-knit group, so I'm sure if we can keep everyone together, you know, there's some successful years coming. I'd also like to thank my sponsor, TikTok Cafe. I know they're doing it a little bit tough at the moment and things like that with everything that's going on. So, you know, I want to thank them for the support they've given me, and you know, they're my player sponsor. And, you know, if you want a good coffee or a good feed, drop down to TikTok. And also my parents, you know, they come over a fair bit, which is good, and support. And, you know, they do love the footy club as well. So, you know, my parents and my family offer me so much support, and it's been a tough year, but to have them there has been such a fantastic thing for me, and you know, it gets me up and about every week to play well. And then probably just lastly, like I have already mentioned the coaches and players, but something I just wanted to touch on is that, like, at the end of the day, that footy's such a small part of our life at the moment. Everything that's going on, you know, people losing, you know, income, businesses, and all those sort of things. You know, it sucks that we're not playing footy, but you got to put things into perspective. So, like, I did just want to thank, you know, coaches and players and staff and everyone involved, because we did it bloody tough this year. You know, what we had to put up with, missing weeks, and the AFL just stuffing us around and all that. You know, it's bloody tough. So, yeah, I just wanted to, I guess, say thank you and give everyone a pat on the back, because, you know, it would have been easy to drop off and, you know, drop our standards and things like that. But the boys were always coming back fitter than they left after the breaks, and just didn't drop their standards. So, you know, a massive pat on the back, and it might not have worked out this year, but that's going to hold us in good stead coming forward. So, yeah, I look forward to, hopefully, I think Steve mentioned we might catch up in November or something like that, and seeing everyone and having a beer, which would be good. So, you know, I would have absolutely loved to be down at the function centre right now, and you know, with everyone having a few beers. And I'm sure Taya Miles would have taken us to his favourite club in St Kilda to celebrate. But sadly, you know, we're on Zoom and whatnot. But hopefully we can all catch up soon. It'll be good to see everyone, and congratulations to the rest of the award winners also.
Very well said, Mitch. Congratulations, the 2021 Jerry Callahan medalist. Congratulations, mate.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks.
That concludes the official proceedings for tonight, and we'll finish with a look at the final standings of both vote counts. Congratulations to all the award winners this evening, and we wish to thank again the Seagulls family for your unwavering support through this season. We'll see you in 2022.